In this video we're going to be making a bog oak Cuban pen. This is what it looks like whenever it's fully finished, and I'm really happy with what the finished result looks like. So let's go ahead and get into the project. Alright, to get started I took the two brass tubes out of the Cuban pen kit. I got it from Rockler.com. And I'm going to take a piece of 180 sandpaper and just scuff the brass tube. And this will get all the oxidation off the brass tube, and also the glue will be able to adhere to the brass tube and the wood. Now I have both of the brass tubes all scuffed up. Now let's go ahead and start preparing the wood blank. So I'm going to be making this pen out of bog oak. I think this is going to go really well with the gold. Bog oak is a wood that's been sitting in the bottom of a bog for 3,000 years. It's a very old piece of wood. I got this off eBay. It's definitely not cheap stuff, but what I'm going to do is drill our hole through this, and we'll go ahead and glue these brass tubes inside of there. And make a mark right there. And then I'll take the other tube, place it right there, and make our mark. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and make these cuts right there. You can see the marks in pencil. I'm definitely going to save this small scrap at the end. This is going to make something cool. I know that. I downloaded the instructions off of Rockler.com, and here on step 2 it says drill the blanks with a 10mm drill bit at a speed of about 750 RPM. That's the valuable information right there, a 10mm drill bit. So I found the US standard equivalent to 10mm. This is a 25/64 drill bit. Alright, now let's go ahead and drill this hole. Alright, now with the hole drilled in it, if I take the brass tube, I can just slide that right in there, and it's just about a perfect fit. I'm glad I was able to find a US standard equivalent to the 10mm, because I definitely did not have a 10mm drill bit. And just like that, our brass tube is in there. Alright, so I've got both of the blanks drilled with the brass tubes inserted, and they're gluing. So I'm going to let these sit overnight, and tomorrow morning I'm going to come and square off the blanks. I'm going to be using a 3/4 inch end mill. Alright, now we have both sides squared off, and this blank is ready to go on the lathe. Alright, I got my blanks on the lathe. I have the grain matched here. That's probably something you should do before you cut it on the bandsaw. It definitely took me some time to figure out which way the grain was flowing. I'm really excited to turn this down. I think it's going to look great. And if you're wondering what this giant mess of wires back here is, that's my variable speed system. I actually took it off of a treadmill. This is a treadmill motor, and it already had a variable speed system built into it. So we got the treadmill for like $1 at a garage sale, and we used the treadmill for a while, and then whenever we stopped using it, we just kind of threw it away in the corner. And I remembered we had this motor, so I took the motor out of the trampoline. I meant treadmill, not trampoline. There's a big difference. I took the motor out of the trampoline, the treadmill, and I put it on the lathe, and it's been working great ever since. I'm extremely happy with the variable speed system. So let's go ahead and turn the lathe on and get turning. I have the blanks all the way turned down. Now next step is just to take this down to the bushings. Alright, so I have this all turned down to a rough shape of what I want it to be. I'm going to remove the tool rest because you can't sand with that on. At least you don't want to. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. I'm sanding at a higher speed because that gives it a better finish. I'm going to be using a lacquer finish for the pen here. Just going to shake it up a little bit and put it on. I'll just take a bead of it across the top, and then I'll just wipe this on with a rag. Alright, so I put a bunch of coats of lacquer on this and it's looking really nice. You can see it almost has a perfect satin finish. It's very even and consistent and I'm really happy with the results. So I'll take off my tailstock, bring that out. I'll go ahead and take this nut loose. Actually, if I have the tailstock in there, whenever I break it loose, it's easier. Take those off and then take this bushing off. Start pulling these bushings off. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and assemble the pen. I'm just going to use a vise to put it together. I don't have a pen press itself. I can go ahead and thread. This is the twist mechanism. This piece just threads onto that. And then this piece just presses together. Just like that. And now we have a fully assembled pen. I could not be happier with how this pen turned out, and I'm very excited to give this to my brother. I know he's gonna like it. I already showed it to him and he just loves it. This thing writes very well. I put a gel pen refill in it. You can get these at rockler.com as well. And it writes very smooth and I'm very happy with this pen. It's not only just looks amazing, but it writes just as good and it feels just as good. The weight is very nice. And I'm just very happy with this pen. I would highly recommend these pen kits. They really have just been phenomenal. I've only had good luck with them. So if you guys found this video useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.